Welcome to this Yin Yang Yoga class for your liver and your gallbladder. I took inspiration for this class from my book on the 5 elements. This class comes from wood element season, which is for spring, and the organs of the spring are the liver and the gallbladder. So you can check into that more if you'd like. There are links right below for the book. For today's class, you're going to need a blanket, and we're going to start in reclined tree pose. Our Yin Yoga class portion is going to be 3-minute holds, and then we'll stand up and do the yang portion. Okay, so take your blanket to your right side, and you can lie down on your back. Bend your right knee, open your right knee out to the side. You can rest here. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Allow yourself to settle in and receive the support of the earth. Feel your connection with your breathing. So in spring, in wood element season, your dominant organs are your liver and your gallbladder. And in spring, in nature, the bulbs are all coming forth and nature is waking up, and it wakes up in bursts, comes upwards. And so as this is happening, in order to create balance and harmony in our systems, it's really important that we stay connected to the qualities of water element season that we nourished and developed in winter, of stillness, of quiet, staying connected to our inner guidance, trusting the mystery of life. Okay, take a breath. And we're going to come to the center. Just bring your legs to the center. Pause, take a moment here. Just feel the flow of chi. And then you're going to take your blanket and bring it over to the left side. And we're going to bend your left leg and open your left knee out to the side. And again, you can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. The hand on your belly can represent the water element. So staying deep into the inner well of your kidneys, of your energy reserves. And the hand on your heart represents your heart, fire element season. And that is what wood moves towards. So wood element season, spring, is connected to your vision because it's the new year in 5 element season. This is the true new year. This is the time of new beginnings. And when your liver is out of balance, you might experience anger, frustration, and irritation, resentment. But these are great gifts. There are gifts in these energies because they let you know that you're in some way disconnected from your vision, from your aspiration, from your intentions in life. So we always thank these beautiful messengers that show up for us when they show up to let us know when we're disconnected from our visions, our aspirations, our intentions. Okay, take a breath. You're going to bring your leg back to center and just pause here for another moment. So it's probably a very subtle edge with that pose, just allowing you to gather the chi from the roots of your tree, drawing the water up from the roots. For the next one, we're going to do a really interesting blanket fold. So we'll come up, and for this one, we're going to fold the blanket lengthwise. So I'm actually going to stand up to fold this just because it will be easier for me. So you're going to fold it lengthwise. And then you're going to fold it lengthwise again. And this is going to be your prop. Imagine it like a yoga strap. We are going to use it like a yoga strap. So you probably want to hold on to both ends of it. And then you're going to lie back down again. Okay, so you're going to put your foot in the blanket like this is your yoga strap. Only it's more comfortable and we're creating like more of a sling for it to rest into. Okay, going to lie down. You're going to take your leg up in the air. And then you can keep your left leg bent. I've got my right leg in the sling here. And I want it to be really supported here. So less about drawing it in, more about letting it rest in this prop. You might want to have your left leg long because you're going to take it out to the side. And again, I want you to feel sensation on the inside of the leg. I don't want it to be sensational. And I want the leg to be able to soften here and hang out in the support of this prop. So I really do want time and gravity to be doing the work, not for you to be getting like an active stretch. Okay. So imagine like you've created this really great prop that you can just rest into here. Now, when we think about visioning and setting intentions and aspirations, often we think about those things being quite external and doing rather than qualities of being. And for this class, I'm going to encourage you to consider how you want to be, like what frequency you want your aura to be in the world, what frequency you want to transmit when you're in the world as a quality of being. And so, as some suggestions, one aspect of a really balanced liver is free and easy flow. So, the quality of Wu Wei, like effortless effort, just being at ease with flow, flowing like water, could be a quality that you could embody in your frequency. But maybe also qualities of simplicity, harmony with the seasons, harmony and balance with the energy of the seasons, compassion, humility. The way that I have been enjoying thinking about humility recently is like not needing to be first. So in the world of social media where, it's all about numbers and likes and the person with the most, even like whether it's the most money, the most followers, like what about just letting yourself being second and letting others take the lead? How does that change the quality of your being? And then contentment, letting go of outcome, curiosity, inner peace, clarity, courage, connecting with your self, interconnection, connecting with the interdependence of life. These are all ideas that you could have for quality of being. Okay, so let's bring your leg back center, release it down. Just feel that flow of chi. And then what you're going to do is just switch your feet. So now put your left foot in this really gorgeous, comfortable prop. We're going to be here for 3 minutes as well. So you're going to draw your left leg in and really let it sink into the support of the prop. And then open it out to the side just until it can rest into the support of the prop here. Less about stretching, letting time and gravity do all the work so that you can be still and receive the posture here. So less about doing, more about being. So taking the quality of the pose into setting your intention for this class. Maybe taking inspiration from the other side. What is it you want to receive from this class? Maybe how do you want to take those qualities out into your life? Focusing on qualities of being rather than doing. And asking yourself, how can you support yourself in small and doable ways in this class, in embodying that way of being? What do you need today to embody that frequency? Okay, bring your leg back to the center. Release it down. Just pause here. So our first two poses have focused on our liver meridian along the insides of our legs. We're going to focus on the gallbladder meridian for the next pose with banana asana. And you might want to take your blanket, depending on the tightness of your shoulders, and put it overhead so you can have extra support for your shoulders. And we're going to take your feet over to the left corner, take your torso over to the left corner, and take your arms overhead. So, our gallbladder is an interesting partner to our liver organ system. It supports us in carrying out our vision, in planning, and taking action in our day to day lives. And it runs along our side body. So I love those questions when we connect to our vision, our aspiration, our intention of how can I support myself in small and doable ways? Or what do I need to bring this quality of being more fully into my life? These are things that our gallbladder supports us with. Okay, you're going to come back to the center and pause here for a moment. Just feel that flow of chi. And then we'll come over to the other side. Take your legs over to the right and your torso over to the right. And then maybe take your arms overhead, maybe not. Soften into the pose, become still, check in with the edge that you've chosen, see that you can stay with it. Okay, you're going to come back to the center. Just pause here again for a moment. Feel the flow of chi. And just check in with your intention again. And let's carry it with us as we move into the yang portion of the class, which, even though we're saying yang, we're going to make it smooth and easy movement. We're going to flow like water. We're going to carry that effort, that effortless effort of Wu Wei into our movement. The liver loves movement, but let's let it be Wu Wei, effortless effort, flow like water. We're going to start with cat pose. Okay, so coming onto all fours, we're just going to exhale round and inhale arch through your spine. Imagine flowing like water. And just to get into the gallbladder a little bit, let's go to the side. And the other side. And then come back to center, and we're going to come up to standing. Okay, from standing, you're going to stand with your feet underneath your hips. Reach your feet down into the ground. So you're establishing those roots. Lengthen up through your spine. Draw your ears over your shoulders. You're going to inhale. Bring your arms up with your palms facing the ground. So we're drawing up that earth energy. Trees, wood element really sinks its roots down into the earth. So they say that wood controls earth. It gets energy from the earth. Bring your arms up. So we're drawing up the earth energy, and then we're reaching up to the sky. And trees, wood element, grows up towards the sun, the fire, which is it's very misunderstood. We think fire is sort of misunderstood. But anyway, it's just love. So we're drawing in love and drawing that down. So soften your knees. And also just think about gathering all that scattered energy back to yourself. So, there's all these sort of external expectations, whether it be culturally or interpersonally. We're just going to reconnect with our own inner guidance, our own inner vision, our aspiration that we said at the beginning. Connecting with the energy of earth, the energy of that radiant sun, which allows us to connect to our heart and to our love. So we come back to ourselves, we come back to the natural flow of the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of nature, our own internal rhythms. And you can take your feet maybe just a little wider and just give a little shake out. So releasing any excess energy, any frustration, any anger. Just let it go down and into the earth to be composted. And we can use the sound for the liver to release that anger, frustration, irritation, resentment, which is And then just pause, be still, feel that flow of qi, that bubbling yang energy that comes up, shoots up from the earth in spring season. So you can feel that energy that enlivens you, gives you the energy to embody that way of being that you set for your intention. And then we're going to regulate our energy, regulate our nervous system, give that smooth and easy flow of qi just by tracing the meridians of the gallbladder down the side of your body. And then we're going to come up the liver meridian on the inside of your body. And we'll just give our liver meridian here. For me, for you, it's on your right side too, but the camera probably mirrors me. So just underneath your right rib. And we'll go down the sides of your body, smooth out that gallbladder meridian, and up the insides of your body. You don't even have to touch your body at all. You can do it energetically. And then on your right, so if I'm mirroring you, so this can be very grounding and soothing. So down the gallbladder meridian, up the liver meridian, soothing the liver. The liver loves that smooth and easy flow of qi. So you're on your right side, underneath your right rib here. Do that again. Tracing the meridians. And one more time. And then we'll go into our gallbladder meridian. So we'll do picking cherries. Just reach up. Just like the trees move up towards the sun, you're going to reach up. So we're going back to the side body for the gallbladder meridian to support ourselves in those small and doable ways. Checking in with ourselves throughout our day to see what we need, how we can support ourselves. This is taking those intentions, those aspirations, those visions for our lives of how we want to be, what frequency we want to vibrate, and how we can support ourselves in our lives in putting those things into action. What things we need to make space for in our lives to be able to vibrate at that frequency of being. Okay, and then with your feet at that wider stance again, you're just going to toss a ball. So a little twist and a tossing a ball. And here you're just going to gently imagine releasing anything that's causing you irritation, frustration, resentment. The one thing that works with wood element is controlled or moderated by metal element. So sometimes it might be about releasing things from your life, about paring things back in your life so you can have more space, more white space in your life to be able to vibrate at the frequency that you intend to. So just imagine what you need to release to make space for the way that you want to be. Okay, so let's continue with that energy of release coming to the top of your mat. You're going to take a step back with your right foot and then sink down through your front left sit bone. You're going to have one hand press forward and the other hand pulls back. And we can use that sound again, the So it might be releasing working too much or pushing too hard. It might be releasing unrealistic expectations of yourself. It might be releasing perfectionist tendencies. Just check in and see what it is you need to release to make space for that quality of being. So that quality of being you already are, it's just a matter of aligning with it. And often aligning with it is a matter of creating the space in your life for it. So let's switch sides. So you're going to take a step back with your left foot now. Sink down through your right sit bone. We're going to do that again. So we'll sink back to that water element, to the inner guidance, to see what it is that we need to release from our life to make space for what we are intending, visioning, aspiring for the way of being in our life. Great. And then you can release that. And you're going to, turn your right toes out, your left toes in. We're going back to the gallbladder, sink down through your right sit bone. And you're going to bring your left sit bone, you're going to bring your right arm over and your left arm back. So the liver loves movement. And then we're going into the gallbladder meridian here for the side body again. And this is all about supporting ourselves or I've been talking about it as supporting ourselves, but the steps we need to take. And oftentimes I think we feel like we have to do this all on our own. And lately I've been reflecting on asking for support can be a really good step, whether it be support in the human world or support from the spirit world, from your angels, your guides, ascended masters. Let's switch sides. Sink down through your right sit bone now. And do this again. So that can be part of bringing this into your embodied reality. Asking for support. Okay, and then come center. You're going to turn your toes out. And we're just going to go palms face each other, hand over hand. And this is about yin balancing yang. And in spring, the yang energy can come up in bursts. And this can be a lot. It could be a lot of energy depending on your nervous system, depending on your constitution. And it can be really helpful to balance that yang energy with yin energy. So just to remember that when you extend or use energy, to balance that with some quiet time, some stillness, with restoring your energy. So we're taking the energy up, we're bringing it back down. We're taking that energy from the water up to the fire, back down for the fire to the water. So at its very core, balance the yin and the yang all the way through the day. Whenever there's an expending of energy, we balance it with restoring of energy. Okay, so release that. And then we're going to come all the way down onto our backs for a reclined twist. And you're going to take your blanket again. Let's put it on the left side to start. So you're going to lie on your back with your arms in a soft T. Press into your right foot, tuck your left hip under, and you're going to come over. You can use the blanket to support you here. And then you can come back to center, untuck your hips, extend your left leg, bend your right, and you can take your blanket over to the right side now. I just said those. I've got my lefts and rights mixed up today. Your right leg is extended, your left leg's bent now. Tuck your right hip under, take your left leg across. You can support it with a blanket. And then you're going to come back to center and you can set yourself up for your final resting pose for Shavasana. You can have your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. You could have your blanket rolled up under your knees. You can have your legs long. Whatever is going to be most supportive for you. I'm going to sit up and read you a poem. This poem is called Spring by Mary Oliver. In the North County, now it is spring, and there is a certain celebration. The thrush has come home. He is shy and likes the evening best. Also the hour just before morning. In that blue and gritty light, he climbs to his branch or smoothly sails there. It is okay to know only one song, if it is this one. Hear it rise and fall, the very elements you should shiver nicely. What would spring be without it? Mostly frogs, but don't worry, he arrives year after year, humble and obedient and gorgeous. You listen and you know you could live a better life than you do. Be softer, kinder. And maybe this year you will be able to do it. Hear his low voice rises and falls. There is no way to be sufficiently grateful for the gifts we are given. No way to speak the Lord's name often enough, though we do try. And especially now as that dappled breast breathes in the pines and heavens, windows in the North County. Now spring has come, and we are opened wide. So before you start to wiggle and stretch out, just reflect back on your experience of this class and notice what stands out to you, what seems most important. And ask yourself how you're going to carry that with you off your mat and into your life now. And then you can start to wiggle and stretch out. Let your breath deepen. You can bend your knees and roll to your side. May all beings make space in their life to connect with their inner vision, their intentions, their aspirations, to align with the quality of being. May all beings be happy and free. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and put I am aligning with the qualities of being. I don't know. What are we going to say? I'm planting the seeds of being. Maybe let's say that in the comments. And thanks for subscribing if you like this video. There are lots more like it on my channel. Sending much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as the ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in the forest. And may you be as strong as our mountains.